Alright, we got this Mercedes Sprinter van. It's got this little diesel in it. It's a little motorhome, and it's going to get an extra battery. We've already got this Marine AGM in here on this side, Group 27. This is a mock-up battery box that is going to fit down here, okay? We're going to put another one of them Group 27s down in this corner. I've already got the bolt out of this and the sensor undone. And I'll tell you, I'll give it to Rain Man. He does a lot of stuff with one hand. I just don't see how. But we're going to get this. I'm going to have to move this. You know, I don't even know what solenoid this is. It goes over here to the EGR cooler. And basically what it looks like, it controls the flow through the coolant lines here to keep this thing at a certain temperature. So I'm gonna relocate this little solenoid, probably right inside here or over here, maybe, whichever works out the best. Right now I'm just gonna get it out of my way and get this box down in there, see what brackets and modifications I'm gonna have to make to get this battery in there. I need to make sure everything's going to fit back in place before I just go crazy and build a box. I may have to turn in a different direction. It may have to go at an angle. There's no telling what style of box I'm going to wind up with. I'm hoping that something off of this is going to work. Only took a few minutes to make that. We're going to get this in place and see what happens with the deal here. We'll get back in a little while. Thanks. I've got the battery tray, mock-up battery tray in here. Went in easier than I thought. The battery should go in fairly easy too. It's going to get modified. It's going to get a different type of hold down. Instead of the battery hooking in here, there's not going to be room to slip it in and do it like that. So this is going to get dropped down level with this bracket right here, and with this sitting level, it's going to get dropped down there, and it's going to bolt to that. It's also going to bolt to this fender well over here and bolt down to that frame rail down there. Get back to you later. Thanks. When everything is back together, well, it's going to look similar to this. Like I said, the back of that box will be dropped down some. I'm probably going to start mocking it up in metal next, just because I kind of know what I want. I'm going to put a mark back there so I can shorten everything and get it where I want it. And we will figure out a battery hold down when it's finished. But anyway, there's where we're at. Thanks for watching. Modified version. Got a lip on the back here. It's going to be a little wider, but I used what was available. Let's see here. Let me get this down in there. I'm trying to watch the phone and see what I'm actually getting, and then watch what I'm doing. It's really tough. Shout out to Rain Man Ray again for his photo work and one-handed operations, because man, I'm terrible at it. And I know it fits. I had it in here. It could go like that, but I don't want it that close to the engine. I'm gonna have to put the phone down here somewhere. I don't know where to put it down where it'll act right. Maybe there. Oops. Okay, I got it moved over there for the most part. I still want it to move a little more, but if it won't, That's actually fine right there. That would work. I will do a brace down from this corner. It'll have at least 2 bolts in it. I don't know, man. I just don't know. Nowhere to set it. Nowhere to set it. Okay. So we're going to put that in there just like that. And that battery, we'll just reroute this just a little bit. Right there is too. Yep. I think it's going to work out just great. It'll have a brace over to here, you know, at an angle from that corner to there. Good Wednesday morning. There's my prototype. Well, there's my mock-up cardboard box. There's my metal tacked together box. I already got this drilled. It's a little off, so I'm gonna oblong the holes just a touch, just so I can scooch it. Just for this brace on this, for the brace on this side to work, I need to move it that way, just 1/8 of an inch. This side's gonna get a bracket that's gonna come up off of it and go over to the fender. This side, the bracket is gonna go down and sit flat on the frame on a piece of rubber down there. So it'll basically just be it'll be sitting there on it, and the weight of the battery will be keeping it there. I may also bolt it. There is a way I can bolt it. We'll see how the day goes. It's gonna have 3 bolts across the top. It's gonna have a hold down for the battery, and it's gonna have a bolt over here on the fender. And it may get 1 bolt over here. I don't know yet. We'll get a hold down on it, but the reason I've got this line on here, in order to change, you know, anytime you modify something, there's a problem that comes along with it. Well, the problem that comes along with this is changing the right side headlight bulbs. This is going to block access to the headlight bulbs from the inside. You could always pull the headlight out from the outside and do it that way. Or you can come in here and pull the battery out. But if I don't cut this down, you'll have to take the tray out also. And that just wouldn't be very convenient. So I'm going to cut that down to where the cover that hides the bulbs will come off of there. And then I may even modify that cover where you can get in there and change these bulbs. I'm just not much of a plastic modifier kind of guy, but we'll go over that later. I'm going to modify this, drop it down, test fit it one more time, clean it, paint it, and final install. Y'all have a great Wednesday, hump day, and hopefully you celebrate it. Talk to you later. I'm running it extra hot just so I can tack. Just tack, tack, tack. I'm going to run a couple inches here and there, and that's going to be it. Well, I guess y'all got to see that on camera. Don't have stuff that's flammable laying around. First rule of welding, don't have flammable stuff near you. That could have been bad, because when you're under the hood, you can't really see shit. Boom. Should have cleaned the table off. I feel the sunburn coming on already, guys. Ugh. Summertime welding just sucked anyway. And we ain't trying to do no beauty contest, so I don't really want to hear it. Tax I already had on it would hold it. I'm welding these back corners complete because there's a lot of stress back there. Ouch. Oh, right down my shoe. Still burning. Gotta keep going. God damn, maybe. Oh yeah. Always wear protective clothing. Do there. Well, you know, a little bit of practice. Get warmed back up and into this. I don't weld every day. A little better. Oh, come on. Could have left this drain hole. Should have been facing this direction. Then I still got to make my side brackets, but I've got that stuff laid out here. I'm going to get this finished welding so it can cool off. I'll clean it up a little bit. We'll get some rust killer on it. Well, that was crap. Looks like hell, but ain't going nowhere. Gorilla Ugly Tough welding. Actually, like I said, the tacks would have held it. Look at that crazy. Look at that crazy amount of penetration. That's over penetration on some of this in the back here. You ever had over penetration? It can be a pain to deal with. Alright guys, I'm gonna let y'all go for now. I'll see y'all in a bit. Alright, we got one bracket ready. I'm gonna get it welded on. Alright, let's get the sleeve. Man, the sunburn can get violent. Get it done. Ooh, it's terrible. Alright. You like it? Look good? You like it? Is it alright? Is it gonna make it? Oh. Doesn't work, I'll cut it off and redo it. Make it happen. Make it one. All right, those 4 tacks are enough to hang that Suburban on. But I will weld more. Just six little tacks right there. Of course, you got a 1-inch weld across, well, 1 1/4 across the top there. I don't know what the camera sees right now. I can't see it. But anyway, that's that bracket. I'll get to making the other bracket and get back with you. After getting the brackets and the hold downs on that battery tray, I couldn't get it in here, so I had to take the air box out, the fresh air inlet. I relocated the coolant control valve for the EGR cooler. It was under here. I moved it and rerouted the wires inside. Got everything back down. Nice, zip tied up. New piece of vacuum line to lengthen it to bring it over here. Of course, I had to shorten this one. All right, I'm gonna get this battery tray in here. Well, here it is, Wednesday afternoon, about 3:30. I officially have probably 8 hours. 8 hours in this battery installation. That's a custom made, all steel, bolted in bracket. Fits in a very obscure, tight space. But unless you put it up here where there was, you know, there's room here to put a battery, but then you can't work on the car. Couldn't really fit it down here. It's because of this bottle right here was in the way. So now we've got 2 Group 27s. Each one of them has 175 reserve capacity. Deep Cycle Marine battery, 2 of them. AGM, Deep Cycle Marines. All right, this job is complete, except for running the wiring. We'll run the wiring tomorrow. The solenoid relocation worked out really nice. The wiring worked out really nice. Hoses, everything. All this wiring is good, clear, nothing pinched. Overall happy with the job. I wished I could have put the battery hold down straight across because, I don't know, crooked stuff just looks crooked. So, but the way this is made, there just wasn't enough room here. It would have been, I could have got it there, but it would have been overcrowded and would have rubbed a hole in it more than likely. So now we have it installed, not touching anything, not affecting any other functions of the vehicle. Everything went right back in place. So unfortunately, if you have to change the headlight bulb, you either have to take the battery out or you have to pull the headlight out. When you're doing custom modifications in a small area, it is what it is. That's just is what it is. Nothing else on the car is harder to work on, just that headlight. All right, guys, y'all have a great afternoon. Like, subscribe, and we'll see you later. All right, this is the grand finale on this battery situation. We got these run across over here, hook into that one. That ought to take care of her 12-volt house battery storage situation. We upped it about 125% by going with these batteries and putting 2 of them. There was only 1 battery before. See you on the next one. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you got a minute. Hit that like button if you don't mind. Thanks.